everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's practice. My name is Daria and this is a 30-minute fluid vinyasa flow to get into flow state. So this practice is all about focusing our attention and our awareness on moving like water, liquid motion, and finding an ebb and a flow with the inhales and the exhales. All you'll need today is yourself and somewhere to move, and when you're ready, let's begin. We'll begin simply by coming to all fours, hands and knees, tabletop position. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And take a few rounds of breath right here in a neutral spine tabletop. Big inhalation, feel into the palms of your hands rooting into the earth. Exhale through your mouth. Let something go. Again, inhale, fill up, draw up air from the earth into your heart and your lungs. Exhale to sigh and release. And we'll begin with movement and breath. So now you can turn on Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through your nose like you're trying to fog up a mirror with the quality of oceanic sound. As you inhale, begin to shift your pelvis forward toward your wrists. So hip bones and wrists come closer together. And then as you exhale, really fluidly glide your hips back towards your heels for an active child's pose. You can tuck your toes behind you, reach forward through your heart, back with your tailbone. As you inhale, round through your spine, pull your belly in and up. And then ripple all the way forward so that your hip bones come closer to your wrists. As you exhale, recede, glide back, active child's pose. And so inhale to round forward, hug your front body up toward your back body. Really draw your pelvic floor up as you glide your hips towards your hands. And then exhale, release. Arch your sitting bones up high. As you glide hips toward heels, heart reaching forward. One more like that. Inhale to wave forward. Really imagine that you're made of water, so the boundaries of your body expand. And then exhale, glide your hips all the way back towards your heels. Inhale, round forward, hands and knees. This time, toes tucked behind you. Exhale, press down and forward through your palms. Pick up your knees. Super slowly glide all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to settle into this shape. Root down through palms of hands and soles of feet to become more buoyant through the back line of your body. Get longer. And you can pedal at your feet and maybe rock your hips from side to side, taking any little micro adjustments or movements that feel good. Let these movements come from the inside out. So it's rooted in how it feels, not how it looks. Feel into all 10 of your finger pads rooting down and forward as your forearms hug toward each other and your shoulder blades rotate away from the midline. And now lift and spread all 10 of your toes really wide and then stick your pinky toe and your big toe back down really firmly. Try to pull up through the arches of your feet. Drink up from the very bottom all the way up to the top. And use this lift to inhale and rise up high onto the balls of your feet and then wave forward to high plank. Hug your front body to your back body as you transition forward. As you reach the top, the peak of your rounded high plank, micro bend your elbows and your knees and super slowly tip your sitting bones up, spread them wide and recede all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, up to balls of feet, ripple forward, high plank. Really feel into each piece of the transition, pulling your core in and up to engage through your whole back body. Exhale, micro bend elbows and knees, glide back, downward facing dog. Again, just like that. Inhale, lift up tall, round forward, high plank. Exhale, glide back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet, round forward, high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Draw your elbows in toward your rib cage. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Puff your heart forward from back to front. Draw the tips of your shoulder blades together. Press through the palms of your hands and the tops of your feet to hover your thighs away from the earth. And then exhale, glide all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Send more weight down into your left toes so that you can inhale and reach your right leg high behind you, three-legged down dog. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Keep your hips high as you transition, and then step your right foot down next to your right thumb. And sink your left knee. Inhale, kneeling warrior. Sweep your fingertips up overhead. Hug your inner thighs together and simultaneously melt down and forward through your hips. Open your heart. Exhale, root your left palm to the inside of your right foot. Pick up your right knee. Reach up with your right fingertips. Gaze up with your left eye. Create some buoyancy in your pelvis and your hips each time that you breathe. Inflate with air. And then as you exhale, you can cactus through your right arm and see if you can spin your heart up toward the sky. Grow longer from your left heel forward through the roof of your mouth. And then exhale, ground your palms to frame your right foot. Pick up your hips and slide back into pyramid pose. You can bring blocks under your palms or come up onto fingertips if you like. We'll take a few undulations through the spine here. Root into the big toe mounds of both of your feet. Take your outer right hip back and your left hip a little forward. Now, inhale, extend back through the core of your pelvis, hug your belly button towards your spine and reach forward through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, melt your heart towards your right toes. Again, inhale, wave forward through your spine. Exhale, fold into yourself. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, root your palms, pick up your left heel, and step your right foot back to high plank. Inhale as you shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Option for knees if you like. Untuck your toes or maybe keep them tucked. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, glide back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high, right toes root down. Exhale, hug your front body to your back body as you transition. Left foot steps through softly down, right knee sinks. Inhale fluidly like you're moving through water. Rise your fingertips up overhead. Melt your hips down and forward and hug your left heel towards your right knee. Shoulders are soft. On your exhale, release your right palm inside your left foot. Lift up your left fingertips. Easy twist. You can spin your right fingers out a bit toward the wide edge of your mat and begin to glide slightly into your back body to puff your heart open toward the sky, swelling from back to front. And then lower your left hand down to frame your left foot. Pick up your hips, glide your way into pyramid, swivel your right toes out at a bit of an angle. Outer left hip shifts back, right hip shifts forward. From here, spinal undulations. Really imagine that you are liquid. Inhale, extend and grow long from the back to the front of your spine. As you exhale, bow in towards yourself. Inhale, reach back with your pelvis, forward through the roof of your mouth. Exhale and fold. One more, let this feel really good. Inhale. Exhale. And pick up high onto your right heel, root your palms, step your left foot back, high plank, float, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up to the balls of your feet. Wave forward through high plank. This time, just micro bend your elbows and sink your hips all the way down to melt into upward facing dog with your toes tucked. Expand the front line of your body. All the tissues fill up with air. And then exhale, glide all the way back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, low lunge, step right foot through, sink left knee. Inhale as you sweep your fingertips up overhead. Exhale, left hand grounds, left knee rises, right fingertips reach up. And then twist slightly more open if you can, if it's accessible. Release your right hand down to frame your right foot. Pick up your hips and shift into pyramid pose. Just one time. Inhale, reach your spine in two directions, back and front. And then as you exhale, plant your palms down, step your right toes to high plank or maybe float them away. Chaturanga as you exhale, elbows graze your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog. Maybe stay with the right foot lifted, hovering. And exhale, downward facing dog or three-legged down dog if you kept the leg up, and then step it back. Inhale, left leg sweeps high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left foot steps through, low lunge, right knee sinks. Inhale, fingertips sweep up overhead, connect your core. As you exhale, root your right palm, pick up your right knee, lift your left fingertips. And then twist open. Revolve back to face the top of your mat. Exhale to pyramid pose. One undulation forward on an inhale. Be like a wave. As you exhale, root your palms. Left foot glides back maybe to hover or to step. Lower chaturanga, your version. Inhale, upward facing dog. Maybe play with keeping the left foot elevated. Exhale as you glide back, downward facing dog. If the left foot's still lifted, sink it back down next to your right. Inhale up to the balls of your feet. Round forward through high plank, this time all the way to upward facing dog with the toes tucked. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time through this sequence and see if you can just ride the rhythm of your own breath. So if it's different than mine or different than the way that I'm cueing, listen to that. Listen to your own internal rhythm and trust the innate intelligence of your body to be your guide. Inhale, sweep your right leg up high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step through, low lunge, left knee sinks. Inhale, fingertips rise. Exhale, left palm roots, left knee lifts, right fingertips rise and glide into your back body to open your heart. Inhale here. Exhale. Both sets of fingertips come down to the earth to frame your right foot. And then grow the spine one time. Exhale, palms root. Glide back, high plank flow. Upward facing dog. Inhale, maybe the right leg is still floating. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged down dog, maybe. And then down dog. Inhale, right away, left leg sweeps high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Sink your right knee, inhale. Fingertips sweep up overhead. Exhale, right palm comes down, right knee lifts, left fingertips rise. Exhale to melt into it. Open your heart. Sweep your fingertips all the way back around and forward. Inhale, undulate through your spine, find buoyancy and lift. And then exhale, root your palms, step the left foot back, maybe to hover. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or three-legged down dog to downward facing dog. Take a big full inhale breath. Drink it up from palms of hands and soles of feet. Really, really swell with air. Exhale, big sigh. Let go of every degree of breath. Clear some residue. One more. Like that. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, sigh. Inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, draw your right knee to your right tricep, and then step your right foot to the outside of your right palm, coming to like a wide low lunge. And then drop your left heel down, moving into warrior two legs. And reach up with your left fingertips toward the sky, extended side angle. If you like, you can come up onto your right fingertips, tuck your left sitting bone a little bit underneath you. Go for length root into the knife edge of your left foot. Really anchor it down there. And then grow down through your feet as much as you lift up through your left fingertips and your side bodies. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand warrior two. You can readjust your stance if you need. Reach longer through both sets of fingertips. And then inhale, drop your left arm down as your right arm sweeps up overhead for reverse warrior. Cinch at your waist, puff your heart up, grow your right fingertips up and back simultaneously. Exhale, Skandasana to the right, bending your right knee. Flex your left toes up, facing the long edge of your mat. Sink your hips sweetly down, bring palms together at your heart center. Try to keep your inner thighs hugging together to stay really active here. Press your left heel and your right heel toward each other. Inhale, explosively launch forward into warrior two on the left. Arms reach out away from each other. Take a moment to sink and to settle and to really feel all the activation, all the opening, whatever you're experiencing in this shape. Gaze forward over your left fingertips. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your palms all the way down, now to the back of your mat. Frame your left foot. Left toe step back to high plank or maybe hover. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, glide back. Inhale, left leg sweeps up high. Exhale, left knee draws to the outside of your left tricep or maybe your armpit. And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Sink your right heel, warrior two legs. Root your left palm to the inside of your left foot. And then reach all the way up with your right fingertips and gaze up at them. As you tuck your right sitting bone a little bit underneath you, feel into one long line from your outer right foot all the way through the crown of your head. Really grow anchor points down through your feet. And then using those anchor points, rooting so firmly, the strength of your legs allows you to rise all the way up to stand warrior two. Readjust your stance, settle, focus your gaze, steady your mind, let it be spacious. Let everything be more spacious as you reach out through your fingertips. And then inhale, cinch your waist, drop your right hand, reach left fingertips all the way up and back. Create a slight revolution of your heart toward the sky in reverse warrior. Exhale, rise to stand. Spin all your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Flex your right toes. Hug your right heel and your left heel toward each other. Sink into Skandasana. Really breathe. Come back to your steady breath. If you lost it, feel the breath travel all the way into the top of your lungs. And then when you exhale, feel every degree of air leave your body. Inhale, energetically launch forward, warrior two toward the original top of your mat, bending into your right knee. Reach out through both sets of fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga, cartwheel down. Plant your palms, step back, high plank, and flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And we'll flow 2 more times through this sequence, connecting, threading the breath and the movement. And again, ride your own breath. Go at your own pace. Might be a little quicker or a little slower than where I'm going. Inhale, right leg reaches high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, step to the outside of your right hand. Sink your left heel down. Reach your left fingertips up. As you inhale, squeeze your inner thighs together. Rise to stand warrior two. As you exhale, melt your hips down evenly. Inhale, reverse warrior. Cinch at your waist, grow your heart, grow your fingertips. Exhale, Skandasana. Right knee bends, left toes flex, palms meet at your heart. Right as you hit the bottom, launch back up like a fountain. Warrior two, left knee bends. And then on your exhale, cartwheel down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, low lunge, but a wide one. So left foot to the outside of your left hand. Drop your right heel, reach your right fingertips all the way up. And then rise to stand, warrior two. Settle here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Grow longer through every limb, through your feet, through your hands, through your arms, through your legs. And then exhale, Skandasana, bending this time into the left leg, inner thighs stay squeezing together. As you inhale, launch forward, open it up, warrior two. Let any tension go from your arms so that you can just float. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more round each side. Right away, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, wide, low lunge. Right foot outside, right hand, sink your left heel. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Skandasana, right knee bends, left toes flex, palms to your heart. Inhale, fountain forward, warrior two to the back of your mat. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Left toes lift high, inhale. Exhale, wide low lunge. Inhale, extended side angle, grow your side bodies. Exhale, engage your obliques, press through your feet to rise up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, Skandasana, left knee bends. Right toes flex, melt down. Inhale, launch forward, warrior two. Open up, expand. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sink your knees down to your mat gently, and then let your hips melt back to sit on your heels. Bring your palms to face up on your thighs. Close your eyes and see how quickly you can just drop everything. Settle into stillness. You can take a sigh, a couple sighs, or any noises that you need to let something go. And just to feel. Notice if anything feels a bit different than when we began today. In any way, subtle, not so subtle. And blink your eyes back open, and then root your fingertips and come down to a seat. Swing both of your legs in front of you and cross your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Root it down there. And then you can stay here or maybe pull your left heel in towards your sitting bones. Wherever you are, whether the leg's extended or not, root down firmly into both of your sitting bones. Feel into your feet, so the knife edge of the left foot especially, and then the big toe mound of the right foot. Press down, grow from your toes up to your heart to elongate the spine. Root your right palm, your right fingertips at the base, at your tailbone. As you inhale, sweep your left fingertips up high, and then exhale to twist. Draw your navel towards your spine. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right leg. Each time that you inhale, imagine that you're growing even longer. So the roots of where you sit are digging into the earth, and the crown of your head is floating higher into the sky. As you exhale, revolve your left ribs towards your right ribs. And maybe take your gaze all the way back over your right shoulder, but only go there as it happens naturally, as that's the next piece of the unfolding of the progressive twist. And begin to face back to the top of your mat. From here, root your fingertips down and just crawl your toes away from each other for Gomukhasana, cow face. So flex the knife edges of both of your feet firmly down into the earth. Your knees might be stacked, close to stacked, not close to stacked. Wherever you are is okay, but do try to keep the feet actively flexing. Again, pull up from your toes to your heart. Really feel that energy travel upward. And then as you exhale, maybe begin to fold forward or stay up tall, wherever you feel a sensation that you are wanting to explore, to get more curious about. Stay with that. Let your breath travel seamlessly in and out, and pay attention to the flow of the breath. In order to create a steady flow, we need to find spaciousness throughout the system. If there's a spot where the flow gets stuck, like a blockage, send your awareness to that space. Imagine that it's like a knotted web, and that your breath can gently untangle, comb through those knots to allow space for the full fluid flow. Begin to rise all the way back up. Crawl your fingertips toward the midline. Uncross your legs. And then you can just plant your heels down and windshield wiper your knees from side to side a couple of times. If it feels good to pause and stay on one side for a few breaths, go for it. And then we'll go the other way. So both legs extend out long. This time, the left foot crosses over to stamp outside of your right leg. Maybe stay with the right leg extended long, or draw your right heel in towards your right glute. Root your feet and your sitting bones down. And then left palm comes down at the base of your spine. Inhale, pull up from your toes to your heart as your right fingertips grow high. Exhale, twist. Anchor your right elbow outside of your left leg. And you can press your right elbow a little bit into your leg for some leverage, but press your leg into your elbow with the same amount of intensity. Screw your sitting bones into the earth as if you're revolving to the right while your upper torso revolves to the left. And gradually, maybe extend your gaze beyond your left shoulder. Soften the creases in your forehead. Soften your eyelids. And let your whole face go. And return back to face forward. Crawl your feet away from each other for Gomukhasana. Knees maybe can stack, feet actively flex, sitting bones root. So if you need, you can pick up your hips and adjust to be in a space where you can feel set up, whatever feels good for you. As you inhale, press the knife edges of your feet into the earth. Grow your crown of your head higher. And then exhale to maybe begin to fold any amount. Imagine that wherever you're feeling the sensation, maybe the outer hips here, are made of something liquidy so that it can expand beyond the boundaries of your physical body. It's like releasing a dam or something that's holding the water back. And as soon as you release it, there's that flow through. Let this happen gradually, but intentionally. Soften the back of your neck. Unclench your jaw and your teeth. And just breathe. And begin to rise your way all the way back up. Undo the cross of your legs. And again, root your heels. Windshield wiper your knees side to side a few times. And then root the tops or the soles of your feet down to the mat in front of you so the knees are bent. Draw your hands to the front of your shins. As you inhale, from the root of where you're sitting up through your heart, grow. Open your knees, widen your knees. Reach forward through your heart, shoulder blades draw together. And then exhale, hug your belly button towards your spine, ripple back into a hollowed out front body shape. You can pull on the fronts of your shins. Again, inhale, grow forward, swell like a wave. Open up through your heart. Exhale, recede back. Belly button pulls towards spine. One more time like that, just really fluid. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Now this time you can release your hands and super slowly roll all the way down to lie on your back. Keep your big toes rooted as you relax down. Draw your heels in towards your glutes and then tickle them with your fingers. Press down into the soles of your feet, really anchor into all four corners of your feet, and then really slowly roll your spine away from the mat, beginning with your tailbone and your lowest vertebrae. And eventually draw your shoulder blades together underneath you. Maybe interlace your hands, bridge. Feel a lift through your pelvic floor up to your heart. Press the back of your head, the backs of your shoulders, and the bottoms of your feet into the earth to expand the whole front line of your body. Lift up just a bit higher than you want to or than you think that you can. And then undo your shoulders. Slowly roll back down the length of your spine, one vertebra at a time, all the way down. Good. And draw both knees into your chest. You can roll around the base of your spine a few times. And then grab for the outer edges of both of your feet for happy baby. Maybe outer edges of feet, maybe inner edges, maybe whatever's accessible for you. Feel your full spine rooting down. So your tailbone is connected in the back of your head. Maybe play with extending one leg straight and then the other if you like. Keep this fluid, keep it flowy, and keep it coming from the inside out. And when you're ready, draw your knees into your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins, take a big inhale breath to hug into yourself. Exhale, Shavasana. Arms and legs widen away from each other, palms face up, toes fall open. Let the back line of your body anchor into the earth. And be so fluid, be expansive. Let your body feel like it's made of water all over and let that water settle. So it's like the calm after a storm. When the ocean settles and the waves no longer crash, but instead just ripple gently. Allow your breath to match this calmness, this softness, this natural ease. As you stay and rest, allow your muscles to become more liquid, more expansive. Allow everything to be incredibly spacious to allow for flow, circulation, communication. allow yourself to stay and bask here until you feel as gooey as possible, as melted as can be. And when you're ready, begin to call your breath back deeply and fully, in and out. And stay with this expansive feeling, this full body, melted, gooey sensation. And bring little flickers of movement back to your fingertips and your toes, little ripples. Take an inhale to collect everything together and then reach long and back with your arms beside your ears. Grow out as long as possible in a stretch. And then exhale to wave to one side or the other for fetal pose. Let yourself float onto one side or the other. And rest here for one breath. And as fluidly as you can, press into your palms and rise your way back up to a spacious seat, rooting into your sitting bones. Maybe your eyes are closed, maybe the gaze is soft. And settle here. Breathe into all this spaciousness you just created. Fill up from the bottom to the top. Exhale, open mouth. Let go of anything you don't need to carry anymore. As you inhale, bring your palms to meet in front of your heart. Breathe into all the space you've created. As you exhale, bow your brain in gently towards your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today and for finding more liquid movement, more flow, and more spaciousness. Challenge yourself to carry this idea with you into the rest of your day so that you can be open and receptive to the flow of life. If you're not already, make sure to go down below and subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Monday and every Friday. But I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.